Hello there people, this is MrKritik and you're watching my Let's Replay of Panzer General. So the Grand Campaign Part 60, Washington Part 4 and also Axis Turn 4. As you remember from the previous video, well, we are facing at least 5 more air units and we are advancing as quickly as we can towards Washington. Yeah, I kind of, well, when I was talking about starting the siege of Washington, I meant, with air units. Ground units, it will take them for, 3-4 more turns, even the most forward ones, to reach Washington. So, but yeah, we are getting there, and like I said, it's only Axis Turn 4 and we have plenty of time for a major victory. As you remember also in the previous video, we have purchased some new units, also those extremely useful scouts. I don't usually use them, but have to try something new. And again, we'll trust in this thing here. 2 lightnings purchased, but nothing else that we can see, so we can assume that these are the only 2. We'll soon find out though, so don't worry. We cannot see this airfield, and we cannot see this one. All others are seen, so why postpone the inevitable? We'll fly here. Okay. Now we see more of the coast here in the northeast. Another fighter. You can fly here. As you can see, this is really excellent scouting. Yeah. And we have one more, which we basically even do not need, but still. Let us wait for a while. Perhaps we'll even attack this destroyer we now see. So, now for the ground units that we have to move. So first, bridge engineers will cross the river and destroy this fort. The idea after I studied the battlefield was to actually, after bombing what we still have in this sector, under the victory objective of Brandywine, we'll fly north with our elite Stukas, and on the next turn we start bombing the hell out of Washington. It is a heavily fortified city with plenty of units, also quite a few air defenses, so it will take 2-3 turns, and by then also our ground units will arrive. Well, maybe not 3-4 turns to do some serious damage, since, like I said, heavily fortified and a lot of reserves, really a lot of reserves. Now I'm babbling again. Okay. As you can see, in this case we can advance with our Panther G with a movement of 6, so we do not lose anything by also attacking this inf, and therefore we spare an air unit for a different purpose. Again, very nice. Now for the rest of our Panthers. Sure, it's possible to send one here, but I think our Luftwaffe, our both Luftwaffe and paratroopers have these 2 objectives covered, so so we'll just continue with our race north. And you can advance here. Okay. You can follow. And so can you. And you. And you can overtake these tanks. So, as you can see, so far no serious opposition for our ground units, for which of course we have to thank our excellent Luftwaffe. Okay, now here to the southwest. These paratroopers will now get a transport. So on the next turn we can reach the city, the non-victory objective of King George. Now what to do with the tactical bombers, the elite ones? For these two I was planning to bomb their targets and then fly, well, towards Washington. So here we go. Beautiful. Oh, we see another fort. Yeah, I was expecting one, but I was not sure. Here. These things I tend to forget, Okay, we bomb a fort. Only one of its strength is remaining, which is excellent. And you can fly here. Okay. This fort also has to die, but after we bomb it, we'll fly over this one to clear the path. So here we go. Again, an excellent result. Now I was also thinking about what to do with the paratroopers. Sure, it says 0-3 for this target, but also entrenchment of 6, and paratroopers can face rugged defense. So I just don't want to risk it. So we'll do it like this. You can fly over here and destroy this inf. So if we are lucky, we can place our paratroopers directly into the non-victory objective of Quantico. Fuck off. And we've just lost the turn, like this, Damn it. Okay, so this didn't go our way. But sure, at least now we can destroy this fort in peace. Okay. And this inf, and well, since we are kind of low on tactical bombers in this area, I think after we attack this inf, we'll fly over this one. Attack and destroy, preferably. Here we go. Lovely. I still don't want to risk it. But first, of course, we will attack this anti-tank gun and fly directly to the north. This anti-tank, I mean. Yeah. Minor damage. As I've said many times before, American units, ground units, are notoriously efficient against air targets. They can do quite a lot of damage when attacked. But now we have a fighter, and I mean an elite fighter, and since we do not have that many air targets left, we'll use it. Whoa! And to prevent this anti-tank from reinforcing at least too much, we'll send, well, one, most definitely, maybe even two auxiliary fighters next to it. So on the next turn we strafe it to death and take over the non-victory objective of King George. And since I think it is a good plan, why not do it? I'm really sorry about these paratroopers, but again, this is not something I can really decide. Sometimes the paratroopers land where you want them to, sometimes they don't. And there is not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Okay, so Port Tobacco is ours. Hope I get some smokes for my effort. Okay. And I guess now after we attack this fort, we can fly over Alexandria and do some scouting. I think this is not such a bad idea. Yeah, a shitty result. But this Type 2 forts are, well, very resilient. Let us see what awaits us. Okay, the invader. I was hoping it was here, since this was, I think, the last airfield we did not see. Yeah, it was. So, not a big surprise, still happy to see it. And again, we are in a position to attack the engineers on the next turn. You know, sooner or later we will run into some hexes that are covered by the American air defenses. This cannot be avoided. The only thing you can plan to do, actually, you know, is to not to expose your airplane to more than one of the enemy air defenses at the time. So think one of the air defenses, well, we see some of them, but think one of them is placed in this area, but I'm not sure, you know. But there are more, 3, 4, not sure. Enough to cause problems, so we have to be careful. Okay, now what to do with this anti-tank gun? I'm tempted to use the paratroopers only. And am I tempted enough? That's the good question now. Since after, you know, we take over the airfield, I just want to continue flying with the paratroopers. I'm just thinking, why risk it, since we have enough air units. So, well, not you, you are just too elite for the job, let us use another of our you know, elite fighters. Excellent. And by doing this we also, you know, provide this fighter with 3 ammo, since as good as these Heinkels are, they only have 6 ammo, and you know, as you can see, halfway through, you know. Okay, so you, no other target, well, at least not the one I would prefer to attack, so you can go for the 4th. And again, you know, double attack. On the next turn we again bomb and use these 3 guys, one of them, to finish off this 4th, if possible, of course. Yeah, but it will not happen if you keep on missing your target, you idiot. Oh shit. I get the feeling that now the enemy, yeah, experience of 111. Okay, I need a little pause now. So it's washing 005. I will be right back. So, back. Let us now study the battlefield together. What else do we have to do? We have to destroy all of the air units, and also we have to deal with at least this air defense. So, for this invader, it is basically pretty obvious thing what we have to do. We'll attack it with our elite fighter, and then where do we fly? And then think. I see we have even more elite fighters. Huh. Okay, so we'll destroy the invader and then we'll fly here. So we'll do some more scouting. Spotting of 3, so yeah. Is it safe? No, of course not. There can be an air defense here, but we have to spot it somehow, you know, so here we go. Okay. Okay, no air defenses, excellent. This also means that we can now attack this two anti-tanks, if of course we have tactical bombers for the job, or fighters. And I think we can spare some fighters if we use our auxiliaries against this invader. And I'm thinking, you know, why not? So here we go. Please die. Okay, not bad. And now we of course encircle it, just in case we do not destroy it. As our auxiliary fighters, you know, run out of ammo, or of course if they are crippled, we'll disband them and purchase something else. But for now they are still useful, as you can see. They can do something to free, you know, our other fighters, our other elite fighters. Okay, so you will go for this invader. Talking about elite fighters, of course. Okay. Bam. Invader. Ooh, shit. Okay, now you see the problems. I think these Americans' air defenses are actually copies of German 88s, you know. They have the same. Do they actually? Just give me a second. Yeah, same soft attack, same hard attack, same air attack, defense, everything, but naval attack of 2. Can they shoot? Yeah, probably. Just have to check something. Can naval attack of 1? Okay, doesn't matter. But with one exception, of course, the initiative. But also they have the same cost, 228. So, but the problem is range of 3. So now we are in range. We'll deal with this one, don't worry. But also we'll have to deal with this one. So, yep. So you can now try and destroy this lightning and fly. Where? On a river hex. We'll take some risks now, but I think it will work. Or maybe, no. Cancel the order. Let us do something else first. Let us go for this invader and do even more scouting. So we are not in range of these two guys, so we can fly here on a river hex and see even more of the Washington city. You die, invader, die. Very nice. Another air defense, but it is on a river hex, so if we have a elite fighter in range, we'll send our elite fighter against it immediately, probably even fire first. Let us hope and pray for the best. 1-9. Okay, please. Oh, firing at the same time. But yeah, an excellent result, and as you can see, even more scouting. Now just take a look at the defenses of Washington. Very formidable, and it would be great, you know, if we could do some serious damage at least to the first line of defense here before we arrive with our Panthers. Even though, you know, Panthers rule, these guys will only gain on entrenchment, you know. In the 4 turns it will take for our Panthers to reach, you know, the defenses. So, okay. Am I now confident enough to... No, I'm not actually. So, first I wanna send... this Heinkel to attack this air defense and see if there are more around. Very good, we have fired first, 6 suppressed. Excellent. Okay. So far, so good. And now we'll need yet another elite fighter. And we'll send it against this anti-tank gun. Why? We want to spend the last of the ammo of this air defense. Plus we want to scout. So here we go. says 3-1, but again not taking into account the suppression of this air defense, so most likely 1 or 2. 2, okay. Whoa, beautiful! And now we see almost everything. Lovely. Wow. This is now great. Let us forget about Washington for the time being. Now we'll send our elite Stuka to try and destroy this M26, which is basically, well, almost out of ammo and very low on fuel. Level bombed it was, if you remember. So it says 06. Again, beautiful. Okay. Now, should we use our auxiliary fighters to deal with this lightning? I think yes. Since we still have plenty of them, and again we are saving our elite fighters for something better. So here you are. 08. Yeah, lightnings are no match, you know, for our Heinkels. Even though, you know, we are without experience basically, and they have 2 stars, but initiative of 4 versus initiative of 8. So in a vast majority of cases, this fight will go our way. Okay, let us finish it off. And now, of course, we also have to deal with this air defense. After we level bomb it, it should be out of ammo. Only 2 suppressed because of the high entrenchment, but as you can see, out of ammo. And basically useless, which is exactly what we want. Okay, now let us gather all of our elite Stukas, since when I was studying the battlefield I have decided that these guys are less important than, you know, these guys. Since we'll have plenty of time to destroy the American units in the sector with our core and auxiliaries. But of course, if they bring them across the river to defend the capital, then we'll also use Luftwaffe on them. Otherwise, we have more important targets to, well, neutralize, if you like this word. So now you attack and fly over your next target. Which is you. You, I think, will also attack and then fly over this fort. Again, I have to check something. You know, these anti-tanks are quite vulnerable to our elite fighters as well, since they only have air defense of 6. So even though we will use our elite tactical bombers against them as well, sometimes we can spare, you know, one or two of them and use our elite fighters. So okay, you try and deliver the knockout blow. Bingo. You. Oh, and you also. Whoa. Okay, again, forget about a particular sector. Let us now deal with these 3 units, plus of course the naval units. You can go for the destroyer and scout, of course. Very nice. These 2 level bombers. One will deal with the destroyer, another one will attack this fort, and then of course our tanks will get into action. Ooh. Thank you, God of Panzer General. Right, Robert Eugene? This should go our way without level bombing. Still, you know. Don't want to be stopped by not attacking when possible. Come on. Oh yeah. And now we also go for the breach engineers. First we'll strafe them or level bomb them, of course. Who do we use? No. You guys are reserved for this sector. So. Why not you? Stats 2, 3. Yeah, should be enough. Strafe 0, 4. Come on. Yeah, pretty decent. Okay, and now our auxiliary Panther will get into action and finish off the breach engineers. Excellent. As for this Stuka, we'll destroy the Inf and where do we fly actually? I was, you know, looking at this tank, too good an opportunity to miss, so this elite Stuka will go for this heavy American tank. If we can destroy it in a single turn, it would be beautiful. Well, no, but it's crippled and no longer a threat. Sometimes, you know, you just have to take, well, you know, make use of this kind of opportunity. Tank that would otherwise be a problem for basically all ground units except for our elite Panthers, suddenly exposed on a river hex, and then, you know, you just send it to hell. So yeah. Okay, now what to do? I think our heavy cruiser can now destroy the American light cruiser. again we will disband some units, but I was thinking mostly about those that are not, you know, close enough to be of any assistance at the moment. So here we go. Please die, and we are staying out of range of these two forts. I mean spotting range, of course, not in range of their guns, but also we are not spotted, just to be on a safe side. And for the next turn we are starting to prepare to level bomb also some other units. So first we'll deal with the battleship and park over this fort. For suppressed, where to send you? Well, 4 are suppressed already. Oh, and no, we cannot reach the battleship with our destroyer. Bad planning on, you know, bad planning for me. So okay, disband. A new slot available, always good. Now here we have a situation. If we take over the non-victory objective of O-Wings, then we are facing, well, 3 tanks. Well, 2 tanks and 1 anti-tank, and it's kind of risky. So perhaps we could try and do some damage to these 3 fellows. Of course, if we have more units available after we are done bombarding our priority targets, and these are our priority targets. No, not air defenses, of course, but the units guarding the airfield that still have ammo. So here we go, we attack, and then we'll fly over this port. I mean not port, fort, of course. Okay. Excellent. Paratroopers are gone. And I think now in the south we are okay. Yep. So what we have and can bring to the north we will. So yeah, so perhaps you can even air attack of 2. Yeah, will be damaged if we attack with our tactical bomber, but will also be damaged if we attack this heavy weapons infantry. But okay, like I said, priority targets. Come on. Ooh. This hurt like hell. Okay. We will send one of our units over this air defense. I'm actually thinking about using an auxiliary fighter. Or, you know, something close to it. Yeah, auxiliary fighter will be just fine. Says 01. You know, even though this will mean that this air defense will be able to get some of its ammo back, so perhaps it is not such a good idea after all. Now this is a strange thing. If you leave a unit at the strength of 9 or of course 10, then it cannot reinforce if somebody is next to it, and it remains harmless without ammo. But if you reduce its strength, then you need to have 3 units next to it, otherwise it will get at least 1 ammo back and again pose a problem. One of the rare things I do not like about this game. since it really doesn't make sense. Okay, okay. Now I know what to do. Elite fighter will try and deal with this anti-tank gun. I mean anti-tank, as you can see, 0-3. Not bad. Okay. Two more. Are there two more? No, actually three more. Elite tactical bombers. What if we just, for this turn, attack these three fellows and therefore enable our ground units to take over the city of Owings? Is this a good idea? 14, 13, 15, all of them are elite. And if we have anything else in the air department, then we bomb this. No. Forget about it. Forget about it, Mr. Critic. Okay. We'll destroy this imp and fly over these US engineers. It didn't even work. God damn it. More engineers, and this is an artillery, okay. So, but for this two, I want to attack these two tanks. We'll have to reduce them. Yes. Okay, another attack. Ooh. Yeah. This is something you don't have to worry about, on the Eastern Front, since Russian tanks are not that successful against your airplanes. Now I want an elite fighter. Can we spare one? Yeah, but probably only one, right? Yep. You get into action, do some damage. Okay, more than a fair exchange. As for the two-level bombers, no, you do nothing. Heinkel. Both Heinkels, okay. Yeah, sink this punk. If possible. No again, but this battleship is now, well, 1 ammo, 4 fuel, so can only be active for one more turn. What to do with you? Okay. You can level bomb this tank. Beautiful, again. And 2 of our fighters we will send. Yeah, I know, auxiliary, rookie, but one versus this inf, one versus this transport. I was actually hoping this will not happen, but since it did, now we'll risk it and send our Recon here. Okay. Is it safe to attack? Are there air defenses or anti-aircrafts in the area? No, I don't think so. Okay, you go for the engineers. Seriously? Yeah, thank you, thank you. This was absolutely fabulous. Okay. Are we in a position to start working on this inf too? No, I don't think so. I mean on the next turn, of course. Who can we reach then? Here I do not dare to fly. I'm not sure if there are air defenses in the area. So one of our fighters will park over this air defense and not attack, and the other one, since we do not have anything better to do, well, actually we do. We can fly. Yeah, okay. We have something better to do. We can fly here. Just let me check what else can we move. Is this it for the air department? Blinking air units. Yeah, only one. Yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll send it here to strafe this inf and also prevent this air defense from reinforcing. And then, of course, if we have to disband it, we will. Yeah, kind of thought this will happen. But we are on a river hex and not on a road over a river hex. So this means that anti-aircraft cannot get under us in one turn. This is also important, you know, to understand. Okay, so now ground units will advance, of course. But not too close. At least not those in the transports. Okay, you here, you here. You can come here and you can come here, plus you. Okay, breach engineers. Are we seen? Spotting of 2, spotting of 2, spotting of 1. We'll move here. Even if we are attacked, it will only be by 1 unit, since otherwise, well, if this is the case, perhaps... no, I don't want to risk it. Here, okay. We have 1 slot available and probably enough prestige for 3 more airplanes. So we'll disband 2. Of course the question remains, which 2? Well, you are not needed any longer, so you will be disbanded. Plus, of course, now we will purchase our units here. Or nah, not necessary, since we have committed most of our Luftwaffe, you know, especially our core elite Luftwaffe. So no, actually no. We'll purchase even more bombers here, but do we want tactical or level bombers? Since we are facing units that can fire back and do a lot of shit, we'll go for level bombers. And scouting is no longer a problem, so level, another level, and we'll have to disband one more unit, which will be you. You can advance north. We'll disband this battleship too on the next turn. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We can also start working on this fort. So here we go. Weather fair and dry. Casualties, take a look. Basically now the enemy doesn't have air power any longer. If you do not believe me, take a look. We see all of the airfields, enemy airfields are in our spotting range, so no longer we have to fear what can happen to our bombers. And of course, as you can see, also now we have actually destroyed 10 forts, and I think that body count for ground units will, you know, rise pretty quickly now that we have secured the skies. So only thing I don't like is that our ground units cannot move really quickly, and as you can see, the road ahead is clear, but nobody to attack. So, okay, let us give the enemy its turn. And then time, of course, for a little pause. Okay. This is actually good. This means that the air defense will not reinforce, and yeah. Axis turn 5. Air map, nothing purchased. Ground map, yeah. We'll see, but of course Washington again, a heavily fortified city with a lot of units. So we save, time for a little pause, and if all possible I will do another turn. If not, please do not hold this against me. Be right back. I cannot believe it. Again, over 50 minutes, so I'm not sure why this is taking so long, or I have completely forgotten how complicated Washington is. Okay, so I can promise you a new video tomorrow, definitely. Today is Friday, so I'm alone this weekend. More fun for, well, you guys, if you like my videos, of course. Also, one more thing, and this is not a joke. I have another student, another refugee. This one, I'm not sure where he's from. I will meet with him on Monday. But this one speaks English and cannot speak, you know, our language, Slovenian. So this time, you know, the other way around. And I was just thinking, again, this is not a joke. Well, it is a joke, but not a joke. I was just thinking that not only, you know, I get to meet pretty young volunteers of the opposite sex there, but also, you know, if I ever get into trouble with somebody, you know, somebody wants to kick my ass, I just bring my 2 Afghani, if there are both Afghani friends, and you know, say to the guy that was, you know, trying to kick my ass, hey bitch, take a look at these 2 guys. And if, you know, that guy would said, but they are refugees. Oh no, they are not refugees, you know, they were expelled from Afghanistan because they were too bad, you know. You know, so dangerous they couldn't even keep them there. So so you have anything else to say to me, bitch? I'll unleash them both. Okay, it's not a joke really, but it's so cool. I have another student. This is the whole thing. So on Monday we start. Okay, again, I'm sorry. I want to do 2 turns, but it's freaking impossible. Unless, of course, I only play the fucking game and not say a single word. Oh well, but let us just check, you know, the battlefield. So air map, ground map, as you can see, we will not be able to reach the airfields on the next turn. Oh bloody hell. How the fuck? One more ammo. Yeah. This one that, yeah, okay. But we are basically over Washington, and well, we'll start doing some serious damage. And now we see a sub. The enemy brought it here, so not our fault. And something else I've noticed. Give me a sec, please. Ah, okay. We also see this anti-aircraft. So yeah, this is it. Well, casualties you have seen, so nothing else to show you. How about the weather? Okay, still fair and dry today and tomorrow. So let us now save, just in case. Washing 006. Now to your comments, guys. Thank you for watching this. All the best from Mr. Critic, and bye bye.